begin. Do, 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 do. Forward to the scoop. All right, everyone. Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Let's just double check. I think we're streaming here. Yep, we are live on the YouTube. Hello, it's Monday. It's my favorite day of the entire week. A lot of people that are doing the 9 to 5 hate Mondays. Many of us entrepreneurs actually love Mondays. I guess I could put it this way. As an entrepreneur and dealing with the network marketing space, typically work like it's a job because it is. And I typically do Monday through Friday and I take my weekends off. So Mondays, we're excited to get back to work because we get the chance to go talk to new faces, new people, do new things. And that's how we like it around here. So, welcome to the Lost Transition. This is our Monday Mastermind. We do this every 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every Monday. We've been doing this now for about 3 years. If you want to come join us live, feel free to do that. You can do that by going to thelosttransition.com/live. Try to make that as easy as possible for everybody to remember. That's thelosttransition.com/live. So what we do here every week is we talk about, first off, our wins in the community. We love to live vicariously through our friends. We'd like to hear about the wins that they've had. We have a little instructional piece, open it up for questions and answers. And in essence, we call it a Monday Mastermind. We've been doing it, like I said, for 3 years. So today is week 15. We're already 15 weeks into the year, boys and girls. Wow. The time flies by fast, right? It's already April. What is it? April 14th today. And next week is Sunday. If you celebrate Easter's, right? Getting very close. And we're already into the second quarter. Crazy times. Today we're going to talk about the 3 pillars of entrepreneurial success. And I had to give a shout out and give kudos to today's presentation and information because it goes out to our dear friend, Jackie Truby. She's like, what? What are you talking about? So Jackie had put a post up the other day and I responded and I was like, oh my God, that was such a great question. We should do a training about it. So here we are today. So congrats. And kudos. If you love the information, you can thank Jackie Truby for it. If not, then you could just blame me. But anyway, we're going to talk about the 3 pillars of entrepreneurial success today. We're going to dive into that. But first off, let's talk about our wins. I know I've got a couple wins and things that I'm going to mention, but I will obviously go last after Rita goes last. Anybody got any wins that they want to share today? Hi, Michelle. Go ahead, Jackie.
Okay, so good morning or afternoon, everybody. Hello. So my win is that I posted a video on YouTube.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Was that live or what?
No, I did a video and I got Keisha and Virgil to give me a hand, and I wasn't ready at all. I was just panicking and freaking out like I normally do. And Virgil said, from now, so he said, no, this is ready, let's go. And that was it. It was like click and it went. And I'm like,
I'm taking it. That was your first video ever.
yeah.
All right,
It was
congratulations.
it was absolutely nerve-wracking. It was an experience. I can't, it was exciting, it was nervous, I was panicking, I was fearful, I wanted to hide under the table. It was, I don't know, all sorts of emotions.
Oh, I love it.
So yeah, so that's what I did.
So good. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And what did you talk about? Tell us more about the video.
I have done a quiz. It was about business funding. Um, So I was just talking about the quiz, and I was encouraging people to take the quiz to find out whether or not their business is fundable. So that was, yeah, so that was it. So yeah.
I love it. And I don't know if you realize this or not, but now you've done one of the things that we talk about here that I learned from my mentor, which is cloning yourself. We're not talking about cloning yourself personally, but on video, right? So now you have a resource. And if you need to, you can just share that video with people, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
And like the other thing that we talk about is it reduces the amount of times that you have to go out there and repeat yourself.
yeah.
Ah, gold nuggets there. Create clones of yourself, my friend. Congratulations, Jackie.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
can't wait. Maybe you can share the video link with us.
Oh, yeah. I could.
Yeah, if you can, grab the link and put it in the chat, and this
Okay.
way we could drive some traffic to it, drop you some love and some comments, so that we can try.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, thank you. I think there's probably some stuff that I can fix on it, but it is there. So yeah, I'll
Don't
do.
worry about fixing a thing. Don't overthink it. No, no, no. Grab the link, drop it in the chat, and let's move on.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, then this way we can all support you and drop some love. And like I said, if you have people that are going to that YouTube channel and they're dropping likes, loves, and comments and stuff, then it may help other people that need to see that information see it.
Okay.
So
All
do
right.
us that favor, grab the link, drop it in here. Don't
All
worry
right.
about anything.
Thank
Okay?
you.
You're welcome, and thank you for sharing. Gene, what you got, brother?
Well, first, I want to congratulate Jackie on doing that.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the same thing that I used to tell uh, newbies when I worked at a call center and were customer support. When I was either training or doing nesting or just had someone new on my team and they were nervous about answering those phone calls, talking to those strangers. I said, they're not strangers. You're only helping a friend you don't even know yet. And that would help them out, alleviate that. So that's all you're doing. You're just sharing information with friends that you don't even know yet.
There you go.
So,
That's
so
old school, right
you're
there.
the subject matter expert, and you just got to give them the knowledge. So anyway, my wins, of course, what I was talking about earlier, learning ChatGPT and helping me get organized better, organizing myself more with uh, how I do things. I actually got up at 7 o'clock this morning, which was unbelievable. Stayed up till 1:30. I gotta go to bed earlier so I can get up earlier. But I just went ahead and made myself get up. Had to make the mad dash anyway, but I made myself stay up. Let's put it that way.
There you
Um, with no alarm clock. But just learning new things, and I'm gonna be trying some stuff out more and posting more videos. And as you keep preaching and tell our story, I'm mean, telling my story
go.
more this week.
Yeah.
And just getting out there more. I started. I had a Clapper account, which was like TikTok, but I wasn't doing anything with it yet. It's a U.S. based account, so I started that and been just uploading some videos there. But I've got to do more personalized videos of me on there also, and I'm going to be using my Restream a lot more to stream myself out to places too.
Love
So
it. Well, congrats. And that's a lot of stuff to take in. And there's a lot of things that I could kind of piggyback on that. One of the things that one of my favorite mentors told me years ago that I love is that's the beautiful thing about being able to work for yourself, right? When you're able to work for yourself and call your time slot, so to speak, you can go to sleep when you're tired and wake up when you're rested. And it doesn't matter what time of day that is, right? Um, Beyond that, I can say a few other things, but I love it, Gene. Like every day we need to be improving ourselves, right? That's what we talk about here. Become that better person, learn those new skill sets, have more things that you can reach out and teach other people and help with. There's that link. All right. So everybody that's here, if you guys would click on that link, just pause it so that it's not an interruption or whatever, and then go back to it when we're done. Drop a like, a love, drop a comment, watch the video. If you don't want to watch the video, just play it, mute it, play it in the background so that she gets the play time. This is important in case you guys don't know about that stuff. But let's help our friend Jackie out. All right. Thank you, Gene, for sharing. And Dorea, what you got?
Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Sorry, my
hey.
voice is a little but hey.
Hey.
Um, I guess I would consider it a success. In my life, this happens a lot, but one thing I've realized is success changes attitudes.
100%.
And yeah, and I think
Ooh,
that's
got
really
goosebumps on that one.
it's really
Ooh.
great to focus and when there's adversaries or pushback or whatever, focus on the results, focus on the success, and they will change and they will pivot. So for me personally, I live on good old American, country, Midwest, Oklahoma, and I come in like a storm, and there's some people are just not used to people who look like me that can step up, So my whole life I've always been kind of overlooked, and it was funny because we talked about the success last time I was on about the lady veterans thing at the coffee bunker, which is a place for veterans to get resources and hang out. And so one of the leaders, the main leader, 80-year-old guy, realized that he had some pushback when um, I got voted in as the president of the Vice Veteran Service Council, and he didn't have anything to do with it. He didn't have any say so. And so he was kind of put aback, like, okay, wait a minute, I don't know about this choice. I don't know about this person kind of thing. And I've noticed it. I've been around the world. I understand the conflict in his head, but knowing me and knowing I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna chill and I'm just gonna do what I do. And so, because even talking to the other person who was the president, I said, "Did you ever have this much problems with this guy?" And they said, "No, he's never wanted to be a part of what we're doing. He never. Now all of a sudden he has all this say, so he has all this pushback. He's stopping everything I'm trying to do for it until the Lady Veterans event." Ended up being, he said in the meeting afterward last Monday, that's why I wasn't here. He said it was the most biggest turnout they've had for this type of event on a Sunday from 3 to 5, and now he's all
Bravo.
ears. What's next? What are we gonna do then? And I told him, hey, we're gonna do something June 8th. He just had his book out. Okay, what do we got to do? Blah, 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 on board, and it was amazing to see the transformation and the buy-in
Man, you're
because
giving me
there
goosebumps.
was success. I wasn't worried about trying to sell him on how good I am or my credentials or whatever
Right.
and my past and why it felt. It was just like, you know what, let me just lock in and just do what I do. And then, and now I didn't have to say anything. I didn't have to prove myself. I didn't have to have no speech and have no, we shall overcome. We didn't have to do any of that. It just showed up and showed out. And I'm so grateful. I'm so
Love
grateful
it.
that, we ended up being a bigger win than I banked on. And so I'm still having one-on-one meetings. So I have one-on-one meetings this week with other lady veterans
Oh yeah, there's more
that are
coming your
interested.
way for sure. There's more coming your way.
Yeah.
All you did
Yeah.
was open Pandora's box, my friend.
Yeah. And they didn't even know that it was something they needed,
Yeah, yeah.
It was something they weren't looking for. They didn't identify as a need. And so it took someone who was outside of their box to see something, to expose the blinders
I
and
love
to
it.
see that there was an avenue. And now, yeah. So another thing I learned was I love hosting, but I hate planning. So thank you so much. I would love to figure out how to partner with, event planner in, multiple cities to, put on different events. I've always thought about getting maybe a double wide, as well as a physical location, and basically use the kitchen and living room as the space, and the bedrooms would be offices and stuff like that, and really convert it into, a commercial space
Love it.
to be able to host more events. So I don't have to do it at the house, or I have to depend on, someone else's facility, that
Right.
I can still be able to do that,
No
and
excuses,
different
right?
places. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. And obviously that's coming from your military background there. I love it.
Yeah.
Congratulations, girl. Oh my
Thank you
God.
so much. Thank
That
you.
is a lot. And we're so happy and proud of you, girl. Keep coming back, keep reporting. I can't wait. Like you literally, you're just opening and scratching the surface, I feel. I truly feel
Well, when he asked for an AAR, and so I gave him this huge thing, 2 page, and he was like, "Oh, AAR is after action review
sure.
or
Yep.
report for non-military,"
Yep.
and he noticed that I have MBA behind my name, and he was like, "Oh, where did you go to school?" And found out that he taught at one the university I went to college at.
Wow.
So I'm just saying, it just went.
Oh wow. Wow. How cool is that? Tell me
Oh,
it's a
I
smaller
just
world
funny
than
to
we think.
me.
Yeah, man. You're in total alignment with your universe, my friend.
Thank you.
Love
Thank
it.
you.
Absolutely love it. Congrats, man. Thanks for sharing. Man, that's awesome. Who wants to follow that? Anybody else got some wins you want to share? That's so awesome, girl. So awesome. Hi, Michelle, by the way. Hi, Vicky. I didn't get to say hello. I just waved. Rita, you got any wins you want to share, my friend? Anyone else? Sure.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I just want to give credit where credit is due. Just shout out to Jean and Jackie Durea, huge. I checked out your website last week, Durea, for the event, and I just thought it was amazing. It was very attractive, very simple. It was on point. And so I am in total agreement with what Coach was saying about being in alignment, those doors opening. You had an enemy who is becoming your biggest supporter. And what could be better that you went to the school where he taught? Oh, girl, you're in it for life. You're gonna have to get rid of that one. But um, for me, nothing is grandiose, but it's just a learning experience, just from things that Coach shared from Muppetville. I had some names for you. I forgot. I had that. I'll text them to you. But because of this Muppet family that he has created, and some of it has spilled over onto us, definitely onto me, I was able to create my talking Muppet. But now I have a Muppet from Bridgerton. So you don't know, but that's part of the stuff that I like. So she was dressed in Bridgerton attire, like back, I don't even remember the time period, but look it up, Google it. And I had so much fun. So, like, I'm creating everything in Muppetville for the kids, which answers a question I was having and have always dealt with. Well, who is your target audience? It's actually the kids, but I need the parents to pay. So the kids will get to the parents through the Muppetville. So that's going to be a win-win for me. So thank you for that. That was
Love
huge.
it. Love it. Love it. Yes.
Second, second thing is the AMLF, the thing that I was moderating for, anti-money laundering. They asked me to come back for next year. So
Already? Woo!
yes, yes. And I got a sizable endowment, so to speak, from them. And I was like, this is
For those of you that don't know what she's talking about, she got a tip, a big
that
tip,
money.
a big tip.
In
This,
addition to all the other perks that I received. So it was amazing. They, like they took care of my room, my transportation, my food. I didn't have to do anything. Show
love
up
it.
and I got monetized on top of that and a tip. So I'm in there for life as long as they'll have me. So, and
Um,
I gotta say, if I didn't say it already, I don't mean to be redundant, but it was that whole situation was because of, I think, Coach and the change their state. So when you're looking at the audience, if you're a speaker, you know that you get their energy and they can just drag you down. And when I saw that, you get head nods, you gotta change that state. And so Coach kicked in. And I'm like, okay, I might make a fool of myself. I don't care. He started laughing. It's all right, because I just tell him I'm going to keep talking until you all laugh. So it's I thank you for that, because I don't think even in Toastmasters I wasn't taught that. I was taught how to be funny, but I wasn't taught the rationale behind it as it relates to sales. So guys, stay close to the fire.
I love that. I love that. And to kind of piggyback on that, one thing that Rita and I had mentioned when I came to the whole Muppets and her triple M that we like to call it, is that timing has its own way of presenting itself, right? And for some reason, it was just perfect timing with that. Same thing with Rita and I meeting, like just perfect timing. So I guess I'm saying that because a lot of times we'll be doing something and maybe not think that we're getting somewhere, but then when the timing hits, it's boom, just like what Dre is seeing. And now you gotta step up. So if you weren't ready before, you gotta hold on to your britches and go along for the ride. Too many people sit there and think about what to do versus just doing it. I can't remember who I was talking to the other day about that, and the conversation that I had was when I was live on stage with Stephen Mamel in Florida. And it was just weird because knowing sales psychology now more so than I did back then, he did a psychological trick which caused a stump within my brain circuit, in essence, and stopped me from moving forward because I had thought. And then we rewired the situation, went on with the conversation. Next thing you know, I was out there like Rita, just motivating the whole crowd and having everybody scream and shout. But timing is everything, right? It really is. And it goes true to be said about timing even into your network marketing business, right? It's all timing. It really is. So thank you, Rita. So excited and happy for you. Going through the kids to get the parents is huge. So Gene says going through the kids to get the parents is huge. We've done that with promoting wrestling shows. Yep, absolutely. Get excited by flyers, events in their hands, show up to their parents. Same thing with you, creating funny YouTube videos marked as for kids and using hashtags for kids may help with that. Even adding a kooky kid song with the kids that can't stop singing. There you go. Yeah, Suno, right, Rita? Suno, go make a theme song, something funny for the kids. Use artificial intelligence to wrap it all up in a pretty little bow. Love it. Congrats, girl. I love it. So happy, so proud of you. Anyone else got anything they want to share? Michelle, Vicky, yes, no?
I
No?
got six new signups. They're not paid signups yet,
Okay.
but they are new signups. And out of the six new signups, I got three that are actively engaging with me, having real conversations. So I
Love
think it's
it.
going to be really cool. And I had to tell you, I
Congrats.
did try to do that one of the Muppets, and it was kind of funny. They came up with, for my alter ego, Cliquette Sparkle Bite. And somebody keeps calling. I'm sorry. Hang on.
Did you
Okay.
post that anywhere or what?
No, not yet. Because if I couldn't get it to do like Rita's, where she got it to dance and stuff, all it did was put a picture. It like actually changed my picture a little bit, but it put a picture of me next to her.
Was that Chat GPT?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was pretty funny. It says Cliquette Sparkabite is a bubbly, sassy, smart digital diva who lives inside the neon circuits of the internet. She wears glittery glasses, has wild pastel colored yarn hair, purple and teal, of course, and her catchphrase is click it, stick it, traffic it, baby. That biz ain't gonna grow itself. It was really cute.
Did you post that anywhere? Did you post it on your page?
No, No, because if I couldn't get it to be like the real Muppet, but I don't have the paid version of ChatGPT. I just got the free version. So,
Well, I don't
but
think that that matters. You should still be able to do it. You're just limited on it. So to do the Muppet characters, in case you don't know, just simple. I added a picture of myself, and then I said, take this picture and turn it into a Muppet character. And then once you get it, then you can thumb it, like it up or down, and then just click the download button, download it, and then shoot it off onto your
yeah,
social
it was really funny though. So
media.
I did play with that for a little bit. But then I only get, because I'm on the free version, I only get 4 things I can ask it, and then you gotta wait.
Oh, is that what it is? What's the
Yeah.
time limit that you have to wait? Does it say?
You can do it the very next day within 24 hours. You can do it more. It'll give you a time each time.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I can just pull it back up, and then what was it that you just said? You told it
Told
to
it to
make.
make it into a Muppet, yeah, Muppet character.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that that was the words that I used, but it ended up taking my picture and putting it beside the Muppet.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. If you want me to Muppetize you, man, send me a good picture. I'll Muppetize you. Muppetized my mother yesterday, and it turned out really cute, really cool.
It was cute.
Good. Well, congrats. Hey, what was the difference, or what was the switch? What happened that brought you those 6 people or 6 signups? Was it an email
Uh,
that you sent out, or what was it?
it was my normal LCP pages that I send out that got me the leads, and then I've been altering my follow-up personal email to them, making implementing myself more into it, instead of just being about the product. And I think that made a little bit of a difference.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, congratulations, girl. Good job. Good job. Thank you for sharing. Gene, you had something you wanted to add, brother?
I was gonna just say I've noticed that on the free version of ChatGPT, the time varies on when you can do things, and it stops you. And sometimes it'll say you could try this. It's like 12:30 now, 12:35. It'll sit there and say you can try again at 12:35 a.m. tomorrow. But another thing you'll do is say, oh, you reach your limit. You can either purchase or wait 24 hours. So I've seen different versions of the time you have to wait for it.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. Like I said, though, Vicky, send me a good picture and I'll Muppetize you. No problem. We'll get you taken care of.
I thought it was really funny how it integrated the traffic from, because the chat GPT is picking up on me and my branding. It's like getting to know me. And so it's interjecting me and what I do into the discussions that it returns back to you.
Sure.
It's really cool. It's pretty cool.
Well, what I loved about the whole thing, right? And we got to think about this too, is trends. That's really what it comes down to. So there was a big trend, obviously, that happened when the ability for us to even be able to do that with pictures, because those of us that have been paying attention in the artificial intelligence world have been waiting for that specific thing to update and use, because whenever we were trying to do pictures before, they would come out freaky and come out with six fingers and 7 toes, or the words wouldn't come out right. So I'm really excited about seeing the update, and for myself using it, the words are coming out really good. As I mentioned before we started recording this, I felt like, because I had Now Sight in my AI, I didn't want to go over there. And Michelle and everybody else is using Chat GPT. I just, look, I'm loyal. That's, what can I say, right? I just felt like I would be cheating on my spouse, and I don't like the thought of that. But when I went over there,
Well, even
man, it felt
Justin
good.
saw the value of chat GPT.
Well, yes,
And
we
so,
have,
and he wouldn't have made what he made if he didn't believe there was some kind of
right.
good in it. So I wouldn't.
Right. No. I totally understand that. But what I'm getting
Mhm.
at is we have a main line to ChatGPT, but I didn't realize that there was such a variance on what you could actually do and ask ChatGPT to do and ask my AI to do. Right. I think Michelle kind of brought that up. She was like, well, I don't think, I can't remember what she said on one of her lives, but I liked what she said. And when it came down to them adding that feature, I was like, all right, well, let me go play with it. And then, like you, it told me I had to wait or something. I'm like, oh hell no, we're not playing around with these restrictions. I paid $20 and drove in and just had a lot of fun with it. But what I'm saying and getting to, right, is all that stuff. It just led to the trend. And that trend was the Muppets and action figures, so much so that it was even funnier to see some of my friends with the post Mark safe from being an action figure today, like just kind of sending them what it was that we were doing as network marketers. But I think it's just great. It was a lot of fun. If you guys follow on my Facebook page, I muppetized my mother yesterday, and it was fun. And it only takes a few seconds on that, but at the same token, I was having conversations or arguments, if you will, with ChatGPT the first day or two. I was like, why can't you get this right? I even posted a few memes
Yeah,
out there using ChatGPT. But in essence, it was those things that I was able to post out there to grab attention and have and start those conversations of what we talk about, right? So lots and lots of fun for sure. For me, my wins were that, kind of mastering a little bit more of that chat GPT like Gene. Today is my mother's birthday, so we're celebrating her birthday today. We've got 2 webinars on Wednesday, technically 3 webinars. Michelle's doing one. We got backup that's doing one, and then I've got another one that I'm promoting on the side as well. And then Thursday, for those of you guys that are interested, I was introduced or invited, shall I say, to do a quick little 30-minute presentation, if you will, to a buddy of mine named Bob Rydell. Now, I've known Bob Rydell for a good 15 plus years. He's got a pretty nice audience, if you will. That's the best way that I can explain it to you guys. So I'm going to be doing a presentation Thursday. If you want that information, you'll have to go to my Facebook page. On there, I shared his event. It's got the link there. It's Thursday at 5 Eastern Standard Time. There's going to be 5. Let me quickly find it real quick. I should have been prepared. Actually, I had it up already, but flip the page. So the 5 things I'm going to be talking about are mastering your mindset, personal branding, strategic sales techniques, enhancing communication skills, and networking and relationship building. So this isn't something that you have to be there for. If you'd like to be there, great. By all means. I think Gene said he's already put me on the calendar or whatnot. For me, I'm doing this simply like part of this is because I want to give back to the community, but at the same time, it's also a chance for me to get exposed to other people in his audience and then show some of those kids what I know and potentially bring them over to the Lost Transition and maybe into some team coaching and stuff. So those are my wins. I'm excited about this week. It's going to be a busy, busy week. Anybody else got anything they want to share before we get into today's topic? No? Cool. All right. So not the best transition, but we are on week 15. And again, I want to mention this is thanks to Jackie Truby that we're talking about this today. So Jackie put out a post. I'd have to go dig it up and find it. It was just the other day. And I answered her post. And with answering her post, I was like, you know what? This is something that we should probably do on Monday Mastermind. So I went into the handy dandy My AI, not Chat GPT, and I got my notes together and put together today's information that I want to share with you. So in essence, I'm calling this the 3 pillars of entrepreneurial success because this is what I've learned. Again, I can only share you my personal experience. I can only share with you the things that I know that work. I'm not claiming to be any better than anybody else. I just know a couple of things. And I know that if you utilize these things that we're talking about here, you will see a difference within not only your personal life, but your business life as well. Okay. So diving into the heart of today's mastermind and information with these 3 pillars, these things that we're going to talk about, especially for those people that are looking to scale, are things that will help you achieve these goals. Now, I want to be really clear though, when we're talking about scale, you hear this word a lot, and a lot of times it comes from, those people that are actually doing sponsored ads. So when people say scale, know that what that really means is paying money for advertising. Okay, that's a short gist of it. So when I say scale and what I'm mentioning here, these are things that are going to actually help you get to what it is that you want. In essence, it's kind of key components in being able to manifest things, whether it's personal or even in your business, right? Some of these things you've heard about, but we're going to go over them to make sure that they're very clear for everybody and easy to understand. And again, thank you, Jackie. So, number one, the first pillar is, write this down if you're taking notes, vision. That is the first pillar of entrepreneurial success. There is not one entrepreneurial on this planet that can't tell you that they had some type of vision for whatever it was that they went forward with and accomplished. So number one, and the most important thing, is to have a vision. When you're looking at the definition, obviously vision is it's like the art of seeing what's invisible to other people. Right? Many times when you hear me talk about being connected to your universe, it's listening also intently to the things that are being driven into your mind and into your focus, right? Very, very important to listen. Although we talk about listening in the realistic world of sales, it's also important to realistically listen to what the universe is telling you, because it will help even many times with whatever your vision is, right? But you have to have a vision, some type of vision. That vision is going to be like your North Star that's guiding you to Bethlehem, if you will, right? But it's going to be the thing that's going to guide you on whatever that goal and aspiration actually is, right? So I can't stress the importance of having some kind of clear, compelling vision, but it needs to excite you, right? That's the thing that needs to make you jump out of bed in the morning. And possibly too, it should hopefully excite your team as well, right? If you have a clear vision that excites not only you, but also your team, then now you know as a team, you can carry all of yourselves forward towards whatever that vision is. We talk a lot about that here too, right? Because whatever your vision is, you can accomplish those things. It's all about finding what vehicle is going to help you get to whatever that vision is, right? So we have to think about how our vision actually serves as whatever that foundation is, and then we strategically plan around what that vision is. We also have to think about, well, what is our role in the whole scenario, right? What is the role of the vision in driving whatever innovation and those different things that are going to help keeping the team focused and motivated, right? It might be for everybody on your team to make the first $500 a month. It could be something as easy as that, just to throw something out there off the top of my head. That could be the foundation of your team. Hey, we help our team get to X amount a month within X amount of days. That could be a talking point that you could utilize. Just throwing it out there, right? Taking it from the ether, giving it to you guys. So the question I have for you guys to think about is, what is your business vision, right? And if we're talking about the difference between you having a network marketing business or an affiliate marketing business, or maybe it's your own business, there's obviously going to be a slight variation between your business's vision and what your vision is, right? Your vision is using whatever your business vision is to get you overall to across the finish line, or whatever your vision is. So we have to think, what is the business vision? And how does it differentiate from any competitors, as an example? We have to ask these questions, find out, when it comes to your business vision and your competitors, what is the difference out there? What sets your business apart, especially when it comes to their vision? right? Because there's a lot of companies you'll know and you'll see out there that something sparks up. And just like we were talking about, there's this automatic trend, as an example, with artificial intelligence. And then, oh, this pops up, this pops up, this pops up, this pops up. Now we have all these shiny objects, and no one knows which one is the best, right? So we keep looking for that best, and we keep looking and keep looking until we find what we believe is going to be right for us, right? I've mentioned this several times before. There's so many people that are out there talking about the negativity of this shiny object syndrome. And I'm like, you know what? I've come to the realization after 38 plus years that it's necessary for everyone to go through that shiny object syndrome. It's part of that process to see those different things, for you to fail and see that that wasn't the thing that was going to work for you, right? And I can tell you right now, a lot of times it's going to come down to the difference between that business's vision and what your vision was, and the fact that they just did not align, right? So that's why I'm beating this into everybody's ear today, because that's the first thing that's the most important when you talk about pillars of entrepreneurial success, is to have some type of vision, right? And then secondly, to ask yourself, how are you how are you communicating your vision to your team? Oh, that's a big one here, right? Because I'm saying this because you have to remember that when we as leaders step into our leadership, it's not about our vision anymore. At least not publicly. That's not what we talk about, right? Understand where I'm going? Yes. As a leader, now your focus is on their vision, not yours. And the more that you can help somebody get to whatever their vision or their goal is, guess what? Success is going to follow. It's just going to automatically happen, right? So be clear on your vision is what I'm getting at. So that's number one. Number two, education. Education. Sounds simple enough, but in today's society, and I can vouch for myself only, with so many of us have an ADD and ADHD and having the attention span of gnats, many of us don't even read a simple paragraph that gives us the instructions on how to do something that we're doing on a daily basis. Not to mention us as men, we don't like reading directions. What are you kidding? What? You kidding me? We'll figure it out. We just click buttons, man, right? But education is important in the context of entrepreneurship, right? It's going to refer to whatever that continuous learning and skill development that's necessary for you to become the leader that you are, right? We've talked about this several times before too. It's the personal development side of things that we as leaders need to work on so that we become the leaders that people want to follow. It's not, and never has it been, about pitching and selling. Although we think that, because we're taught incorrectly, we have the wrong mindset when we get into the business. It's not about that at all. It's not. It's not. SNOT. It's not about that at all. Right? But staying updated, even with whatever the trends are, since we're talking about those trends, technologies like artificial intelligence, and whatever the market demands are, like, it's important for us as entrepreneurs and leaders to make sure that we're paying attention to those things. I willingly admitted I was not paying attention to those things, right? Especially when it came to ChatGPT. I'm okay with admitting that I was wrong. I'm okay with that, especially in front of you guys as a live audience. I was wrong about ChatGPT and artificial intelligence. Perhaps you've been wrong this whole time too, right? Check it out. Try it out. It's technology. It's something that's going to help you build your business faster. We got the free version. You might have to wait a little bit of time. If you could pay for an update, great. Do that too. Whatever you can do, but at least look into it. Groks too. Groks as well, Michelle says. I don't know enough about it. I do know, and I will say this though, off topic, but because of the thought process inside of Chat GPT, I went to like Dolly and I went to some of the other ones, and I'm like, oh, it was one of those things that I talk about in boot camp to where I went there, had a bad user experience, and I was like, oh, I'll probably never use this again. Right. Just something to throw in there about user experience because we talk about that a lot. So, but going back to what we're talking about, that second pillar of education, or number two, is education. The more we know about something, the more we're going to become that expert in our field, right? The better our skill set's going to be. The better knowledge. And I can tell you guys honestly too, from personal experience, this is something that's helped me be able to even have conversations with people that I probably wouldn't normally have conversations with, right? But educating yourself. There's many of us out there, and I'm sure y'all relate to this. Yeah, I'm like, what do they call it? Educated in all, master of none. Right. I can honestly say that I'm very educated in a vast array of knowledge in many topics on this planet, and then some. But if you never educate yourself on those things that are out there, then you never have any talking points. Somebody has a conversation. All you can really do is sit in the corner and be quiet. Or, you know, you could be that guy or that girl that talks out of turn, doesn't know what the hell you're talking about, right? But education is obviously important, especially as that second pillar. The third one, which is super important because we're not going to get anywhere without this third pillar, is execution, my friends. Execution. So there's a lot of times myself and there's another buddy of mine, I won't mention his name, he's an 8 or 9 figure earner. But we often talk about goals and how you shouldn't ever really set goals. And I can relate to what he talks about in that aspect, but then I can also relate to that because a lot of times I understand and I can break it down to people on why they don't achieve their goals, and that's because they set their goals too high. From somebody that's trained hundreds of people to be able to hit their goals and know how to like realistically goal set, that's something that I could teach somebody. But when I have a goal or I have something that I want, I really don't do a whole lot when it comes to goal setting. I do other things that are wrapped inconspicuously around that goal setting. I think I've mentioned this one to you before as an example of weight loss. And a lot of people will say, oh, well, I need to lose weight. Well, I need to lose 50 pounds. I'm going to lose 50 pounds. That's their goal. That's their vision. That's why they fail. How are you going to lose 50 pounds when you can't lose 5? Right? Break the goal down smaller. Have something significant. But don't go out and say, well, I'm going to start an exercise routine or whatever, because again, that's just like making a New Year's resolution. 17 to 21 days out, you're going to stop doing it. But, oh, damn, I forgot. Hell, yesterday was my day for my DDP yoga, and guess what happened? I missed it. Even though I was excited, I was like, man, I got to do my DDP thing. I didn't do it yesterday. Right? Just got busy doing other things. No excuses. We'll get back on track. We'll get on it. Right? But the point is execution is the most important thing. Right? You can have the vision, you can have all the education that you need for accomplishing whatever that vision is. But if you never execute, if you never take what first step, your vision is gone. Right? It's completely gone. There's no point in even having that vision if you never take that third step, which is the execution step. So we could sit here and we could talk about this for a while, right? And because of time constraints or whatever, I just want to open it up and say I trust that you guys got a little bit of value today. If you haven't heard this before, those are what I'm calling the 3 pillars of entrepreneurial success. Number 1 is vision. Number 2 is education. And then number 3, which is most important, is execution. See, in the military, we planned to do things, right? We did exactly this. We had a vision. As an example, I'll never forget the commercials that I used to see on television. You've got a river between 2 points. How do you get to the other side? We build a bridge. Rah, army, right? So the vision is to get to the other side. The education is, well, how are we going to get to the other side? Well, we're going to use a bridge. And then the execution is dropping that bridge and moving forward over that bridge. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I trust you got some value. Anybody care to add any insight to that?
Yeah, I guess, you can, without execution, you can really get lost and stuck in the weeds, and that's another thing too, because, someone has a great idea or a great vision, um, and their idea is good, but they may not be good for their vision. Neither
Oh,
one.
you just made me think of something that I kind of forgot about. Rita, you'll know more about this because I talked to you the most about it. So for those of you that don't know, I've been in the background working on Muster Us. It's a social media network. It's finally coming together. I'm so excited. But when it came to vision and what you're talking about, we've been working on this for over a year. So all the things that we talked about today come in direct alignment with what I'm talking about with timing and all that stuff. So I had a meeting with my partner over in Iran, and I asked him, I said, well, so how soon can we have the ability to go live in Muster Us? He said, oh, I can have that done by tomorrow. I'm like, I'm gonna sit back and smack him like, really? Really? That simple? Yet I'm over here struggling, fighting, and frustrated because I can't get the app off the ground and blah, 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 blah. So I'm excited about that. So soon I'm going to be inviting some of you guys to come do some beta testing in there. And we're going to be launching that bad boy. We won't be able to launch it with an app just yet because the app is somewhat done. However, we're going to raise some funds. We're going to do some old school fundraising off of memberships and get the money we need to develop it, get the app going, and get off of Facebook. I'm looking forward to that. But yes, I didn't mean to steal your thunder or what you were saying, Duran. Execution, man. Execution. Right? Anybody else? Thank you, Duran. I am a wise man. I do consider that a wise man. And another funny story for you guys, so you know too. So many years ago, I did an IQ test, and I was 1 point away from genius. And so that's like my little joke and excuse that I talk about with my wife if I ever make a mistake. I'm not a genius here. Right? You know how they say it doesn't take a genius. I'm not a genius. I'm 1 point away. Close, but not quite. Right. So kind of inside joke there. Go ahead, Gene.
Well, you're only 1 point away from genius. I didn't take an IQ test. I just say Gene is short for genius. But have you considered Kickstarter for raising funds also, or is that outside?
No, I haven't. And that's like my thing is this when I look at that, and correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like it's almost like a GoFundMe kind of thing, right? And I notice that a lot of times when you set up those GoFundMes, you really don't get a lot of people that'll do anything. Everybody, unless again, going back to your audience, I could be completely wrong. And I haven't done any. In fact, we haven't done any fundraising in over 10 years. And what we did back then was we did a 72-hour live event with a bunch of different vendors to help a buddy of mine save his house. We ended up raising, I think it was like 52 grand or something like that in 72 hours for the guy. Yeah, it went pretty well. But beyond that, if I do something like that, it feels like a GoFundMe page. And I just feel like, just, oh, here, give me money. And people just may or may not, you know what I'm saying? But if
Well,
you
I've
get
never done.
users involved and it's something that they like and they can see the vision on where we're going,
Mhm.
then, the other side thing about that too, Gene, is that we do have advertising spaces. So those that upgrade will get advertising. That's going to help pay for it, right?
Oh, okay. Well,
So
all I'll say is, and I've never dug into Kickstarter myself, but what I know of it is a give to get situation that normally people, there might be 2 or 3 entry levels for Kickstarter, $1,000, they get membership for 6 months and then they
sure.
get a free t-shirt or they get something else, along those lines. So it may be an opportunity to use Kickstarter too to help drive people to
Yeah.
your social media platform.
I don't
Maybe
know
that's not
enough
something.
about it. I'll definitely check it out. I thought you said something different, so I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, so basically then you've got the vision for raising the money. Now you got to go to step 2 to educate yourself on Kickstarter, then take the execution.
Bingo. Bingo. Exactly. There you go, brother. There you go.
Yeah,
Hello,
but
Anas.
yeah, but that might be something to look into. It might not be something that you do now. It might be something after you get things running better
Right.
and out of beta, maybe. Then you may do a Kickstarter, but do your education and see exactly, if it's something
Well,
that you all want to tackle. So
I don't think we'll need to worry so much about that. And to answer your question, Rita, I don't know, probably a couple thousand. In essence, I need to be able to take what we've got and give it to some professional programmers, have them take a look at it, because the app side is almost done. 2K would help, I'm sure. I'm sure we could figure something out, get something started. Like it's pretty close. I don't know what they would charge. I've talked to a couple of different people, but then when it comes to that, my main thing is I want them to be able to sign an NDA. And some of these guys aren't willing to sign an NDA. And I'm like, well, if you're not going to sign an NDA, then I don't want you even looking at my stuff, you know? So we're crossing that bridge as we go. But either way, I'm just excited. So hopefully within, the next couple of days, I'll be inviting some of you guys to come in and, start tooling around, start posting, maybe go live and work out some of the bugs and stuff like that. Just have a little bit of fun with it. So exciting times. But it's been way over a year. I tried to do this many years ago, and same thing that I would tell everybody else. Again, timing, and we learned what not to do. The branding was completely off. It was like the R&R marketing. I was married to my wife whose name is Robin, so it was R&R, like really stupid. You know what I mean? So stupid, so cheesy. Um, but so we learned a lot of lessons. Is my point. That's why I talk so much about branding and how much importance that is, and all those other things, right? But yeah, we'll take a look. You never know. But timing, right? It's all about that timing. But anyway, I trust everybody got some value out of the day. I love meeting with you guys. It gets my week started. I trust it gets you guys' week started, gets you guys some things to think about, ways to move forward into a positive direction, just by sitting here meeting and exchanging each other's energies, if nothing else. So appreciate each and every one of you guys. You know what to do. Let's go out there, kick ass, take names, have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next Monday. Toot toot. Love
bye,
you. Bye
everybody.
bye.